I have seen a brilliant SaaS idea die, not because of competition, but because the development team ghosted after sprint 2. I have also seen another startup build their MVP in record time and spend the next 6 months fixing it because no one planned for scalability, data privacy, or DevOps. Truth is, choosing the right SaaS development team is like picking co-founders. You do not need perfection, but you do need shared vision, mutual trust, and enough technical depth to not panic when the production server goes down at 3 a.m. at night. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the complete playbook to choosing the right team for your SaaS product. Whether you are hiring in-house, outsourcing, or assembling your first lean squad. This isn't about just find passionate people. Passion doesn't fix broken deployment pipelines. I've attached a Notion checklist for this in the video description. You can find the link and use this checklist for hiring the right SaaS development team. If you're building or scaling a SaaS product and you are finding this video helpful, please hit subscribe so you do not miss the next one. I share fresh videos every week to help founders and leaders avoid costly SaaS development mistakes and build smarter. First-time founders often start with a request like this. I need one backend guy, a React developer, and maybe someone for UI. Sounds efficient. Also sounds like a recipe for chaos. See, SaaS development isn't just building features. It is product thinking, scalable architecture, continuous delivery, and feedback loops all working in sync. So let's flip that hiring lens. You are not looking for coders. You are building a mini startup that must understand your users, build fast, deliver safely, iterate weekly, and scale without falling apart. This is where many founders start to go wrong. They assemble teams based on job titles, not outcomes. But titles do not deliver software. People with the right mindset and the structure do. If your team feels like a disconnected list from a hiring spreadsheet, you will quickly realize you are not building a SaaS product, you are building friction. This part is where most founders get it wrong. They think hiring a front-end guy and a back-end girl means they have a team. But in SaaS, you do not need role fillers. You need problem solvers. You need people who look at your roadmap and say, here is how we can build this in phases. Test it early and make sure it doesn't collapse at 100 users. So in this section, I'll break down the core functions your team actually needs. Real people with real responsibilities who make your product stable, scalable, and successful. Function number 1, the product brain, usually a product manager, or in early stage teams, you. This person connects the dots between user problems, business goals, and engineering effort. They say no often, they cut scope ruthlessly, and they stop you from wasting 2 weeks on a feature nobody uses. Function number 2, design that doesn't suck or confuses user. Good SaaS design isn't about colors, it's about clarity, speed, and flow. Function number 3, engineers who think in systems. You need engineers who understand things like multi-tenancy, API versioning, database migrations, and cost-efficient cloud scaling. Fourth, QA that cares about edge cases. No, manual testing isn't enough. You need QA who break things on purpose. Fifth, DevOps. Optional, but it's a blessing. As soon as you are shipping and scaling users, CI/CD, monitoring, and rollback plans stop being optional. Sixth, and this is a bonus function, data engineer or analytics lead. When you are past MVP and start tracking users' pattern, this role pays for itself. This is where the timing matters. A mistake many founders make is hiring as if they are building a 100-person engineering team from day one. You do not need a big crew. You need the right size crew for the current journey. So let me break it down for you. First, discovery phase. You are validating the idea, scoping features, and understanding the user. What you need here is a tight team. A project manager who keeps the vision aligned. A designer who maps the user flow. A tech lead to say what is feasible. And an analyst who connects it all to real-world behavior. Next phase, MVP build phase. Now you are in the trenches. This is when speed meets structure. You will need a PM to guard against scope creep, a designer who sharpens usability, 2 to 3 solid developers who can move fast without breaking anything, and a QA to make sure you are not shipping bugs disguised as features. Next phase, scaling phase. This is where it gets fun and complex. You are adding users, rolling out features, handling edge cases. It's time to bring in DevOps to manage uptime, and SRE to track reliability, analytics to understand how users are behaving, and maybe even split teams by modules or features. The team should grow as the product matures. Overstaff too early and you will burn money on idle hands. Understaff too late and you will burn users with buggy features. This is where one of the most strategic decisions you will make, and surprisingly one of the most casually made. You are not just hiring a team, you are deciding how your product will be built, maintained, and iterated for the next several years. Let's break this down by capability, control, and speed. Number 1, in-house teams. In-house teams give you alignment and ownership. You are building a culture, a product mindset, and ideally a shared long-term vision. They are better when you are in a growth phase, or if your product has deep integrations with your ops or internal IP. But building an in-house team takes time. Hiring is slower. Mistakes are costlier, and retention becomes your problem, not theirs. Next option, outsourced teams. Outsourced teams are best when speed, flexibility, or experience is critical. You will find SaaS-focused development partners who have done multi-tenancy, built scalable backends, or shipped across industries. But the key risk here, miscommunication. If you cannot define your scope and sprint rhythm tightly, you will lose weeks or months before realizing the team isn't aligned. Third option, hybrid teams. Hybrid teams often give the best of the worlds. Keep product strategy, user feedback loops, and design in-house. Outsource development or DevOps to trusted SaaS specialist teams who have built systems like yours. And here's a practical test. Ask your outsourcing partner how they are handling onboarding, CI/CD, testing, and performance monitoring. If their answer is vague, or if they say we can figure that out together, they are not a ready team. They are a team still getting ready. So instead of thinking location first, onshore or offshore, think accountability first. Who owns the problem when a sprint fails? Who measures the metrics that matter? That's who is on your real team. Some teams are absolutely amazing to work with. Others are a slow-moving, budget-burning, feature-ignoring nightmare dressed as a proposal deck. Here is how to spot the latter. If a team says, we do everything, what they usually mean is, we do nothing well. If they nod through your entire feature list without pushing back or prioritizing, they are not your team, they are your echo chamber. If QA sounds like a guy clicking through screens with a checklist written on a napkin, run. You are building a SaaS product, not testing a microwave. And the DevOps bit, if they say you will figure the DevOps later, What they really mean is we'll figure out how to crash production on launch night. Pay attention to the questions they ask. If they are not curious about your user journey, analytics, onboarding, or how success is measured, you are not talking to a team that builds product. You are talking to folks who just ship code and hope it sticks. Here is a litmus test. A good team asks, what do you need next? A great team says, here is what we have already built, tested, and documented. Great SaaS teams do not just deliver code. They deliver systems. They obsess over process. They build visibility and repeatability into every step. They work in structured sprints. Not we'll get back to you by next Friday, but actual planning with Jira, Linear, or a Notion board that doesn't look like a toddler's doodle pad. Their documentation doesn't live in Slack DMs. It lives in Notion or Confluence, always a click away. Their deployment aren't manual FTP horror shows. They use CI/CD with rollback plans, alerting systems, and zero downtime releases. They monitor performance like hawks, with Sentry, Datadog, or New Relic lighting up before users do. And most importantly, they measure what matters. Tools like Mixpanel, Amplitude, NPS scores, they are not guessing what users do. They are tracking it. Interviewing a SaaS team shouldn't feel like a polite coffee chat. You are about to trust these folks with your product, your timeline, and let's face it, your sleep schedule. Skip the where do you see yourself in next 5 years and cut straight to the test. Ask how do you implement feature flags in a live SaaS app. If their eyes light up and they start talking about launch directly or a custom-built toggle service, you are onto something. If they blink slowly, next. Ask how do you approach tenant isolation, schema-based, row-level security. If they say, we'll Google that, end the call gently. Ask, tell me about time you roll back a broken release. If the answer starts with panic and ends with a learning, good. If it ends with, we have never had one, they are either lying or very new. These are not trick questions, they are reality checks. Because the best SaaS teams do not just know how to build, they know what happens when things go wrong. So guys, choosing the right team isn't just about who looks best on paper or who codes the lowest rate. It's about who brings the right thinking to the table. People who care about what they build, how they build it, and whether it can survive a long road ahead. SaaS isn't a weekend hackathon. It's a marathon filled with pivots, scaling challenges, and production fires at odd hours. So bring in people who do not just code. They take ownership, plan for failures, and care about customer success as much as delivery speed. When the hype wears off and the roadmap gets messy, the right team keeps moving, and that's the team you want. So if you're still watching, thank you for sticking around. Team building isn't easy. It takes more than just picking a few good-looking profiles from a job board. If this video helped you think a bit differently about hiring for SaaS, please hit that subscribe button. I post new videos like these every week. And if you're trying to decide between a couple of candidates or unsure how to structure your team, please drop a comment. I read them all, and who knows, your question might feature in a future video. Until next time, build smart and stay steady. Thank you.